Toolbox is, do I have all those answers? And I think I do, but those are very strong questions that, right from the get-go, because I know with the Diva Toolbox, it's different than what I started out to be. And being able to adapt and change as we went along is also important.
Yeah, no, it actually is very important to adapt and change. So I'll give kind of one more piece of advice. Mm-hmm. One of the things I did really early was get a peer mentoring group. Mm-hmm. So this was a group of other business owners that I met with, and this was very structured, once a quarter. And they became my yardstick. And that once a quarter was my check-in point. So it's okay for that answer to evolve, but it should evolve mindfully, thoughtfully. And we all get absorbed in the day-to-days of running the business and serving our clients, and we can drift off mission. And that might be good learning, or that might be accidental and taking us off our course. Right. So having a way to check in, whether that's a board of directors, a board of advisors, a peer mentoring group, as you get started, make sure you're stopping and looking at the forest instead of the trees periodically. And you can define what periodically means for you.
Right. Right. That's very good advice. And would you suggest setting up that advisory board or board of directors at the beginning or after you start out? I mean, I would think, I'll let you answer that question. When do you do that?
I think that's an it depends question.
Okay.
It really depends on how big a business you're trying to create, whether you're taking financing, So if you're starting a business from home and it's you and it's a sole proprietor, I don't think you need a board of advisors or a board of directors very early. If you're financing the business and starting a team, I think sooner rather than later really gives you the discipline of making sure you're working to a set of milestones that somebody's looking over your shoulder at.
Right, right. Because they're going to see you going down the wrong track long before you will. Long before you will, for sure.
And they'll ask great questions, right?
Right, right. Sometimes I leaving corporate America where I had the infrastructure of a large team and almost a board of advisors where they be my peers or my management or whoever it was, you don't realize when you go out on your own, you are on your own. You don't have that same kind of support system. And I think it takes entrepreneurs a little bit longer to figure that out and be ready to take in that advice. But I'm with you. If someone could set that up from day one, even if it's just two people, to have listen to your plan and make sure you're on the right track, I strongly recommend that.
Yeah,
someone who's done there and done that.
Yeah, and I mean, even if it's just two other people who are starting out in business,
right?
And you have a first Wednesday of the month Starbucks meeting, right?
Right.
It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be formal,
right.
But it needs to be regular.
Right. That's terrific. Gail, this has been fabulous. I could sit here and talk all day with you. I don't want to keep it too much longer. If you had one parting piece of advice for all of us who are fighting our way through this economy and believe in what our business model is, what would it be? What gets you through the hard times?
Spend time with your customers.
Okay. All right.
They will inspire you.
Okay. That's terrific. Gail, thank you so very much. When you're ready to launch that new product and how it integrates with some of the new tools that we have, will you come back on the show?
Absolutely.
This is fabulous. Gail, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Diva Toolbox radio show. Tune in next time to hear more practical advice from Janet Powers and her guests. Please visit us online at divatoolbox.com to hear past interviews and read about future guests. Have a great week.